Hakura made her way back to Dorian's quarters. She opened the door to see him reading over a report as he sat on the couch. His shirt was unbuttoned, and his feet were resting on his coffee table where more papers were strewn over. He wore a stern look on his face. That was until he looked up at her. "How did everything go?" he asked, shifting and putting his report on the table.
Amara was merely feeling confused about things,
Hakura said as she made her way to the couch and sat beside him. She heard the professor give a low chuckle beside her as he brought his arm up to rest on the back of the couch. "It is a confusing emotion, one of the most confusing ones someone can go through." That thought gave Hakura very little comfort as he placed his hand on her thigh and leaned over towards her. "Do you remember, just not that long ago, how confused you were?" he said. "You said your heart was racing. You felt faint." He whispered in her ear. "Every little thing that I did to you made your mind go blank, didn't it?" Her heart began to race as he brought her closer to him. "Just a simple kiss opened up so many feelings inside of you, didn't it?"
"It did,"
Hakura gasped.
"You knew what you were doing to me."
He brought his body on top of hers and kissed her neck as his hands ran down her body. "I've always known," he chuckled darkly. "I could tell from your heart rate monitors when you were in the medical facility before you even knew yourself about your feelings. That's when I knew it was time to pursue you." He brought his hands up under her shirt, kissing her deeply. "I still know what I do to you, Hakura." She couldn't help but allow herself to be sucked in by his touch, as much as he lied to her, as much as he hurt her, as much as he didn't tell her.
"Do you love me?"
she whimpered. "More than anything," he stated in a husky voice. "You have no idea what I have planned for you." That's when the words hit and pierced through her, what he had planned for her. Her destiny that he already had mapped out for her, that she had no say in. He picked her up off the couch and carried her to his bed. "We're a few days away from such things, but that doesn't mean we can't enjoy ourselves until then," he continued. "I love you, Hakura." He wanted to hear the words from her, but they didn't come as she gasped his name because of what he was doing to her. He was fine with that. He enjoyed making her mindless and relished in his physical manipulations.